Hi everyone, my name is Ambreen and today I will show you how to make cauliflower curry, also known as gobi. So sit back and enjoy my video and take down notes. Right, for your ingredients you would need onion. I used 2 medium-sized onions and 1 large. Oil, 4 tablespoons. Some cauliflower. Salt to taste. Chili powder to taste. Coriander, a quarter bunch, 2 green chilies, some garam masala. I used a quarter teaspoon, some crushed ginger, a very small piece, dried methi, a quarter teaspoon, which is also known as a fenugreek. That is all you would need for your ingredients. Okay, for my chilies, I combine tomato powder, haldi powder, red chili powder and turmeric powder all together to get my red chilies. Rather than separating everything, I combine everything together. Right, this is our cauliflower which we will be using for our cooking today. You can purchase cauliflower from any supermarket, any stalls. Okay, I'll be using 3 onions for my cooking today, 2 medium-sized onions and 1 fairly large onion. Right, to start off with, I'll be cutting my cauliflower. I cut all the petals off first, making sure I'm not cutting the actual flower itself. So this is the way you cut the petals off. Moving on, what I normally do is I keep the bag and I throw all my rubbish into the bag. Saves me carrying everything in the tray. Just put all the rubbish into one bag. And this is what my pretty cauliflower looks like. Okay, now I will show you on how to cut the cauliflower. So you want to cut your cauliflower into individual pieces. Gosh, that does sound like my private jet landing. Okay, this piece here, which is the core of the cauliflower, I will use that. I won't dispose of that. I'll be cutting that into small pieces and use that for my cooking. Okay, now I will be cutting my cauliflower. I don't like cutting my cauliflower too fine. I like to keep my pieces slightly large. Although the sun is out, it's quite a windy day. You can actually hear the wind. Oh my, has anyone worked this fast ever? Okay, this is the end result of Speedy Gonzales. Okay, now I'll be washing my cauliflower in my colander. Okay, I've got my pot on low heat. Now I'll be adding in my oil. Okay, now I'll cut my onions into my pot. Make sure you cut your onions very thinly. Okay, all my onions are cut, and now I'll be adding in my salt. I normally use Himalayan salt. I find that very light on the taste buds. It's not too strong and it's very good for your health. Okay, once you've mixed your onions, you put the lid on and you let it simmer on a low heat. Okay, now you are ready to add in your tomatoes. Today I am using a fresh tomato, so I'll be cutting my tomato into small pieces. Obviously, if you use a frozen tomato, you can't cut the tomato, but because it's fresh, I prefer cutting it into small pieces. So once it's cut, make sure you mix it and then you put the lid back on. Okay, now you are ready to stir your pot. You can see the onions melting in nicely with the tomatoes. So you make sure you stir it all. And once you've stirred it, you can put the lid back on.
Right, it is very important you do keep stirring your pot, so you keep mixing, until everything is combined together lovely.
Okay, at this stage, the onions have melted very well. And all you've got to do is just keep mixing until your onions are fully melted. Now you can see how nice and soft the onions look, so keep mixing and then put the lid back on. Okay, at this stage I'll check my onions. Once I've checked them, I'll be adding in my red chilies. So you put in however much chilies you prefer eating. I like my curry spicy, so I'll be adding a lot more chilies. You can put in however much chilies you like. Once you've added the chilies, you stir your onions like this. Once the chilies are fully combined, you put the lid on for a little while. Right, check your masala. Oh, look how lovely that looks. The colours look amazing. Looks like a nice autumny colour, doesn't it? So you keep mixing. You can see the onions are melting lovely. Okay, once you've taken the lid off, you can actually see the colour difference. The onions are melting in lovely. So you keep mashing the onions. You get different types of onions. Some onions melt a lot quicker than others. So if you feel as if your onions are not melting as quick, you can always blitz your onions at this stage. My onions seem to be okay. They are softening up. So you keep cooking the masala until you have this nice, rich, dark colour. So you keep mixing until you are happy. I find purple onions melt a lot quicker than the white onions, but then that will also mean your curry would look a little bit darker than normal. Right, at this stage you can actually see the masala thickening up because my onions are melting in lovely. So all you need to do is just keep cooking the onions until they are completely melted. So with the wooden spoon, just mash the onions. So you've got this nice pulpy look. Oh, wouldn't it be lovely if we had good old Jeeves to come and help finish the cooking? Whilst you are cooking, the sides of your pots are clean too. So I'll take off all the masala on the side of the pot, so nothing's stuck to it. Right, at this stage you should have this nice burnt orangey colour. So keep cooking a little bit longer. I'll say about 10 minutes more. Now you are ready to add in your cauliflower. So you fry it all in one go and make sure you mix your masala all evenly. So every bit of the cauliflower should be covered. So mix it all up. Sorry, do excuse the noise in the background. It's quite a windy day. Look at the amazing colours in my cauliflower. Okay, at this stage I'll be adding in my methi, my dried methi, which is also known as fenugreek in English. And I'll be adding in my garam masala. Once I've added the 2 spices, I'll be mixing it, and I'll be adding in my ginger too at this stage. So you make sure you mix everything together so it's all combined nicely together. And this is what it should be looking like. So you keep cooking. Can you see the colour is changing? It's turning into a nice browny colour. So you keep cooking until your cauliflower has softened up and you have this nice rich brown colour. Okay, at this stage I am ready to add in my coriander and my green chilies, which I've previously washed and cut. So you add them in and you combine them in, folding everything together. At this stage everything is infused together and the smell, the flavours are just unbelievable. It smells absolutely delicious and so mouth-watering. But at this stage the cauliflower has melted, but I prefer cooking my curry a lot longer. I like the colour quite dark, and it's entirely up to you. You can switch your hob off now and stop your cooking. Excuse the bumblebee. So I'm going to cook it a little bit longer. Now can you see the colour, how dark it's gone? So I think I'll be cooking it a bit longer than that. We prefer having our curry cooked longer. So it's your preference. You can see the curry bubbling away. Make sure when you are cooking at this stage, you're not cooking on a very high heat. Whenever I make curry, I always cook on a low heat to medium heat. I never ever cook curry on a high heat. I think the taste and the flavour is completely different if you cook on a high heat. So this is what it should be looking like. So you can carry on cooking until you are happy with the colour at this stage. I'm quite satisfied now, and this is my end result of my curry. Hope you enjoyed it. When you're young, you're naive. So when your mother or your father are teaching you on how to cook, always pay attention and make notes. For the long run, it's a lot easier and it'll make your life a lot easier. So make sure you take lots of notes and you concentrate, because you want your future children to eat good foods. Remember, practice makes perfect. The more you cook, the more practice you'll get. Thank you for watching my videos, much appreciated. It's not always fun to cook. It's only fun when you try to experiment different recipes and foods. You have to make it fun for yourself. So be a little adventurous and let the dark side out of you. Remember, there is no such word as can't cook or won't cook. I wasn't born to know how to cook or with a silver spoon in my mouth, or shall I say a gold spoon. It is good to take interest in different recipes and foods. So enjoy and bring out your hidden talent you got tucked away. So I want to see lots of foods and comments. Thank you.